This is a bit of a video response to a recent YouTube video that's come out from Leroy Blevins. Leroy Blevins has done quite a bit of research into the Patterson-Gimlin film, and the things that he has come up with is that he believes the film is a hoax. And the reasons he believes the film is a hoax is he claims that he can see more than one person in the background on the film itself. That's one of the main reasons why he thinks the film is a hoax. But he also believes it's a hoax because of other factors, such as he thinks that he believes that he's been able to recreate the suit exactly, the supposed suit, and the supposed footprints and things like that. He recently came out with a video called Fake Tracks and the Patterson-Gimlin Film. And in the video, he showed his costume foot. He showed the foot from the costume that he made. The Patterson-Gimlin, the supposed match for the Patterson-Gimlin film. He showed the foot for the costume. He also showed where a cast where he showed a cast that he made, which allegedly showed dermal ridges, allegedly showed a mid-tarsal break. That the mid-tarsal break could be done with a flexible costume foot. And he claims this all but debunks Jeff Meldrum and his work on the footprints. But, you know, the thing is, it's just a claim. And Mr. Blevins, as much as I respect him, he can't back it up. I mean, he can make the claim all he wants to that, you know, a fake foot can produce a mid-tarsal break and a fake foot can produce dermal ridges and things like that. He can make that claim all day long. Doesn't mean it's the truth. You know, I'm in this case, I think I'm going to go with the scientist in this case, that being Jeff Meldrum. And listen, I admire Mr. Blevins for what he's attempting to do. He's attempting to debunk the Patterson-Gimlin film. He's been attempting it for quite a while now. And you know, I'm one of those types who is of the belief and of the opinion that even if the PG film is proven to be a hoax, that doesn't mean the Sasquatch does not exist. But by the same token, I'm not convinced by anything that Mr. Blevins has done. I'm not convinced by his costume. I'm not convinced by the supposed mid-tarsal break that he was able to make with his costume foot. I'm not convinced. Because in 45 years, it'll be 45 years this upcoming October 20th, no one has been able to come up with a costume as good as what we see in the Patterson-Gimlin film. Nobody has come up with it, not even you, Mr. Blevins. I'm sorry to say, even your costume has not been nearly as realistic and nearly as good as the one in the as what we see in the Patterson-Gimlin film. I should not have said as the one in the Patterson-Gimlin film, because in my opinion, that's not a costume. That's not a man in a costume. I've seen too much of the work of Bill Munns, M.K. Davis before he went around the bend. The work of the late Rene Dahinden, the work of the Russians, Igor Burtsev, Dmitry Bayanov, the late Dmitry Donskoy, Dr. Donald W. Grieve. Dr. Donskoy was actually a biomechanics expert from Russia. He looked at the film and he said that it doesn't move like a human. It doesn't move like a man in a costume. You know, and he studied that film quite extensively. And Igor Burtsev and Dmitry Bayanov have studied the film quite extensively. and they can't find any evidence of hoaxery or fakery in the film. So I'm going to go with the scientific opinion on this. The few scientists who have come out and talked about the Patterson-Gimlin film and found it to be the real thing. Mr. Blevins, I mean, he can make his claims, and he can claim that, he's debunked the film and he's debunked the footprints and things like that. But he has not shown to me that he's been able to do it. And personally, I don't think anything he's ever done or anything he's ever going to do in regards to the Patterson-Gimlin film is ever going to be convincing enough to me to make me think, oh wow, it's a hoax. And here's the thing. You have to think about this. You have the testimony of two people that were there. Roger Patterson, who's now deceased, and Bob Gimlin. I've talked to Bob Gimlin. I've heard him give his testimony about what happened that day. And I have no doubt that he's telling the truth. I have no doubt that Bob Gimlin is telling the truth about what happened that day. And I don't believe Bob Hieronymus. I don't believe all the hoax claims. And yes, there are quite a few of them out there. There's quite a few hoax claims out there. Hieronymus was just the latest candidate to say he was the guy in the suit. I mean, there's even a website out there somewhere that says that Bob Gimlin was the guy in the suit. I mean, do these people have a life? Give me a break. Bill Munns has done the measurements on the Patterson-Gimlin film, and he's found that the thing was at least 7'4" to 7'6" tall. I can't imagine a person filling out that kind of a suit. But regardless of the height, you've got to consider the bulk of Patty. You have to consider this huge, massively built, muscular creature. I mean, you can see the muscles moving in the back. You can see the muscles moving in the legs, the arms, the calves. There's a very good. There was a very good animation that was done by M.K. Davis of the Achilles tendon, which was flexing, and also of the toes flexing and going over like that. You can't do that with a fake foot. You certainly couldn't do that with a fake foot 45 years ago. Not in 1967. And even today, about the only true way that film could really be recreated today is with CGI, and that's about it. I don't think even the best costume you can come up with. They tried the costume back in 1997. The BBC, their little documentary, The X Creatures, they tried and they failed miserably. The BBC had that terrible looking orange, or maybe it was red gorilla Bigfoot suit. Looked like an oversized orangutan. No, it didn't even look like that. It looked like an oversized man in an orangutan colored suit. But yet the BBC declared it an exact match. And you have to wonder, are they high? Were they high? What the heck were they smoking? Because I'd sure like to have some of that. If they thought that was an exact match. They're either delusional or high. I don't know which. But as far as I'm concerned, the Patterson-Gimlin film is the real thing. I've seen too many studies done on it. I've seen so much from scientists and things like that to say that, in my opinion, if I were to give a percentage of belief in the Patterson-Gimlin film, at one time I said 100%. Well, we'll back it down to about 95%, and I'll leave a 5% margin of error open, just in case I'm wrong, and just in case it does turn out that the film is a hoax. But for the most part, I am convinced that the Patterson-Gimlin film is the real thing. And Mr. Blevins, I mean, you can challenge me, you can debate me, you can do a response video, that's fine. Just as I'm doing a response video to you, because apparently you don't allow comments on your latest video about the fake tracks and the Patterson-Gimlin film. Adding comments has been disabled for that, unfortunately. Makes me wonder why. Because his little fake foot, that little fake costume foot, not convincing. Not to me. Not convincing at all. Like I said, I'll defer to Dr. Meldrum on the mid-tarsal break thing. But, you know, I'm just going to say it right now. In my opinion, the Patterson-Gimlin film is the real thing. It shows a real Sasquatch until proven otherwise. And even Mr. Blevins has not proven that. Has not proven that it's a hoax, in my opinion.